Good evening and welcome to the Blood Red Final Score podcast, brought to you in association with the Liverpool Echo and our official sponsors, NordVPN. I'm Phill Gittins, and I have been joined tonight by Theo Squires, who's in Party Central in the press box at Anfield. Liverpool Football Club, champions of England. How good does that feel, Theo?
Oh, sounds amazing. It feels amazing. We've known it was coming for a long time. It's been one-way traffic, hasn't it, really, in the Premier League this season. Liverpool have been streets ahead of all of the competition, but you don't believe until they actually get it done, until they get it over the line. You get to today and, it's only one more point, but you want to touch it. You want it to be real. We know what happened 5 years ago where all of us were denied the chance to celebrate properly because of the pandemic. But yeah, this has been a long time coming. 35 years since we've seen scenes like this at Anfield. Supporters are going to enjoy it from start to finish, and it is a true celebration of a wonderful team and a brilliant head coach who has done wonders in his first season. 11 months ago, Arne Slot's name was sung here by Jurgen Klopp. Who'd have thought then that we'd now be singing it again as Premier League champions? It is remarkable. You're going to have to tell me if the music's a bit loud here so I can mute myself whilst you're talking. I can already feel my voice going a little bit trying to compete with it. But yeah, it's been a wonderful day for Liverpool, and having limped over the line a little bit at times with some of the performances recently makes it all that much sweeter to do it in emphatic style against Tottenham Hotspur. Did you ever doubt them?
Yeah, I mean, just give us a flavour of the atmosphere there. Obviously, prior to kick-off even today, there's rumours of several 100,000 people lining the streets. There was flares all over Liverpool. It really was some sight just seeing the coach coming into the ground.
Yeah, it was. I normally get to Anfield about, say, 3 hours before kickoff, and it was the busiest I've seen it at that time. Understandably so, when you got the title up for grabs. All supporters, they responded to Virgil van Dijk's plea to make it a sea of red. There was red absolutely everywhere, and so many retro shirts, old shirts, just from the Rafa era, the Kenny Dalglish era, even Roy Hodgson, I suppose. It's just all the way through the Premier League era, and all these old Liverpool shirts, making it this really party atmosphere. When the coach came in, see the supporters are waiting for the good half hour before that, just covering the streets, singing songs. There was a guitarist up on the balcony leading all the renditions of the chants, whether it was singing about Arne Slot, singing LA, LA, LA. And then when you know the coach is coming, that pyro, that smoke, red just covering up, you can't see anything, and the coach then just emerges through it. All the chants from the fans. It knew it was a special day. Arne Slot said when he was addressing the supporters, as soon as you had that moment on the coach, you coming in, you've seen the supporters like this. It wasn't going to be a day when Liverpool were going to lose. They had to win the Premier League today. Even if they didn't, 4 more games to go. It's going to get done. But the first attempt in front of your own fans, doing it your own way, they responded. They did it in style, and that just continued throughout the game. Yeah, they fell behind early on to that Solanke header, but the crowd got behind them, created this real atmosphere, and it was just, as soon as the goal goes in, the equaliser from Luis Diaz, that Anfield roar. And then it was just how many. It was party atmosphere from start to finish. All the champions chants, just singing champions, champions, champions. We're going to win the league. Now you're going to believe us. So many singing Arne Slot's name. And then the final whistle goes, another roar. And yeah, you'll never walk alone ringing out. Every single one of the players who has got a chant getting called up to go in front of the Kop, doing 2 laps of honour. Arne Slot addresses the crowd. He then leads a rendition of his chant, but with Jurgen Klopp's name, returning that favour from 11 months ago. It's just such a feel-good atmosphere. And then the players, they walk off to Not 19 Forever. A nice little tongue-in-cheek reference, I suppose, to Manchester United. They can't sing that anymore. Liverpool, the best team in English football this season, and historically now level 20 league titles. They've got the most European Cups, most League Cups. Yeah, they trail on FA Cups, but they've got the most major honours. They are the best, and today they have shown why.
Yeah, fantastic to be champions of England, but I think just as big, certainly for Liverpool supporters, is winning that 20th title, because for all those years we had to listen to our neighbours down the East Lancs Road crowing about how many league titles they've won. To get back on level terms with them and to be now the undisputed most successful team in English football is another massive thing, isn't it, that comes out of this afternoon?
Yeah, it is. Like, you think how long throughout the Premier League area it was Ferguson wanted to knock Liverpool off the perch. He managed it, he got to 20, and then within what, 12 years of him retiring, Liverpool are back on the perch again. There's at least two United legends here on media duty today. I can see Peter Schmeichel and Jaap Stam. I think they're interviewing Andy Robertson at the moment, so that adds a nice little tinge to it as well, doesn't it? You have Peter Schmeichel looking on enviously, getting his phone out when they were singing "You'll Never Walk Alone," the players arm in arm. Obviously, he's had many an occasion like this, hasn't he, with United back in the 90s, but they would have never thought that Liverpool would be level with them again so soon after they got that lead over them. It's a nice little thing to crow about, isn't it? It's never had the same importance to Liverpool as it did to Manchester United because Fergie made it this big thing. Whereas Arne Slot was asked in the embargo section on Friday, I think that went out last night, how he felt about getting the perch back. He said, "What's a perch?" He didn't have a clue. And I kind of like that. I like that it was more humble from Liverpool. It was just, now we've done it, rather than talking up, building it. It was just about being champions. Never mind how many times. And now you can say they've won it 20 times. And now you look to next year. It's going to be a hell of a transfer window for so many clubs. City are going to have to revamp. Arsenal need a centre forward. Liverpool need a centre forward. God knows what United will do. Chelsea. And then you've got likes of Nottingham Forest can be in the Champions League, Newcastle, Aston Villa. All these big teams are going to be going again. They're going to spend big. And it makes it a free-for-all again. Liverpool have got that boost now. They are the Premier League champions. They've got that weight. They've got that target on their back. Teams will want to come and take it off them. But now they've got that taste again. I think it was 8 or 9 players in this squad had already won the league. Now they all have. So go and make it back-to-back. Arne Slot, in his address, he said, I know it's 2 titles in 35 years, but it's 2 titles in 5 years. That's what he's focusing on. 2 titles in 5 years. And let's see, could he make it 3 in 6? Fingers crossed.
Yeah, just touching on Arne Slot. Just how big an achievement is it for him to come into the club? I have to say, I'd never really heard of him when the club made the announcement that he was going to take over from Jurgen Klopp. He took over a squad that probably, on reflection, had underachieved last season. But nevertheless, it was a massive task for him to come in and replace a club legend, an iconic figure. He came in, and not only has he done that, but arguably, you could say that he really has advanced Liverpool. Do you think it's fair to say they're a more complete team now than they maybe were this time last year?
It's hard to say. Like, there was a number of young players in this squad who I think the experience of last year collapsing when they did, that will have benefited them. You know, they've had that hurt of thinking you could win the league and not even being in a title race for that final month of the season. Like, they were 2-3 points clear at the start of April, and then they choked over those last 8 games for a number of reasons. But they wanted to go and prove that they could do it this year. I think Arne Slot, you can understand why there's been a little bit of criticism at times of the style of play in terms of it's not exciting to watch. It's more controlled. But that's how you win a league title. It's a marathon, not a sprint. You've got to be in control. He's taken that emotion out of it. That emotion under Jurgen Klopp, it can make you lose 3-0 in the first leg to Barcelona in Champions League semi-final and then win a second leg 4-0 and go on to win the final. It can make you come back and win 4-3 against Borussia Dortmund. All those famous iconic moments built on Jurgen Klopp and the emotion in this side. That emotion got too much last year, and we saw that with his announcement that he was going to leave. It took a toll on the players. But now they just take it a game at a time. They knew what they needed to do, and they've done it well. And they can turn it on when they really need to. Like, this was one of their performances of the season. I said, I think it was to my partner's father on the way in. It's funny how no big performances have been at Anfield this season. Like, we're going to talk about Tottenham 6-3, Manchester United 3-0. Man City 2-0, maybe Brentford 2-0 just because of the manner that came, Darwin Núñez scoring twice in the last minute. But there's nothing at Anfield to make you shout home about. And maybe Arne Slot didn't quite have that connection with the supporters as a result, because as much as you've got the fans going home and away, everyone watching at home, it's different when you're there at Anfield seeing it with your own eyes. Well, they've got that statement performance now. They've absolutely destroyed Tottenham Hotspur to win the league in style. And after the final whistle, when those celebrations start, that's the most animated I've seen Arne Slot so far. He goes and does the fist bumps in front of the clock, something he's been adamant he wouldn't do all season long. Well, obviously he saved it for the big occasion. then singing the Jurgen Klopp song as well. Let him enjoy the celebrations. We'll just see what happens next year, because I'm sure now he's going to go and enjoy the moment, but then it'll be business as usual for the last 4 games of the season. He's not going to get complacent. He's a very Dutch manager, and it's, well, the first Dutch manager to win the Premier League, only the 5th manager to win it the first time of asking, following in the footsteps of Jose Mourinho, Antonio Conte, Manuel Pellegrini and Carlo Ancelotti. What a list he joins there. And as you said, Phil, not many people in England would have heard of Arne Slot 12 months ago, whereas these 4 managers everyone had heard of when they came to the Premier League, whether they'd won the Champions Leagues or they'd been in charge of the national sides. They won league titles in the big major leagues. Holland, not quite the same, is it? But then Slot, he still won a league title with Feyenoord. They're second since 1999. He got to a European final with them. He won the cup. And with AZ Alkmaar, he was level on points with Ajax when the COVID pandemic saw the Eredivisie cancelled. So he could have had 2 Dutch titles there if it wasn't for that. Who knows? But yeah, it's not someone you're wondering now. It's not going to have to convince the jury. We've all seen what he's done now. He has achieved what we all thought was unthinkable when Jurgen Klopp stepped down. Fair play to him. He's just come back out now to do some TV interviews, still wearing his Liverpool Champions shirt, big beaming smile on his face. Who can blame him?
Yeah, you could really see this afternoon when he was celebrating just what it meant to him. The mask had slipped in a sense, and he was absolutely jubilant, which is fantastic. Not only for the media to see, but also for Liverpool fans to see Arne Slot really enjoying the situation, really enjoying the occasion. But I think if we just look at some of the qualities that he has as a manager, yes, he's made Liverpool very pragmatic, probably more solid defensively. There are still areas for me that he definitely needs to work on, but it shows a humility that he took a squad that Jurgen Klopp had put together. He was even singing Jurgen Klopp's name. It was on the television there at the end, which again shows the degree of respect that he has for Jurgen Klopp. He took a squad that was all set up to do well, but he's had a greater solidity to it for me. They're a lot more durable defensively. And he's also shown the ability to tweak that squad. He's put different tactics in place. He's got the best out of players who maybe weren't doing as well for Jurgen Klopp. Ryan Gravenberch is probably the best example of that. There was a lot of talk last summer about Martin Zubimendi signing for Liverpool. He wasn't able to bring him to the club. So the reality is he's had to look at that midfield and model it really in his own likeness. That has definitely had the desired effect. I also think he's shown that he has that real grit about him when he needs to do. There have been decisions that undoubtedly the fan base haven't always agreed with. His treatment, in inverted commas, for want of a better word, of Chiesa and Harvey Elliott, I know has raised a lot of eyebrows amongst the fan base. But I think that shows a manager who knows his own mind. And it will be fascinating now to see just where Liverpool are and how they look 12 months from now. What he's achieved with a squad that he inherited is one thing, but he's now going to get that opportunity over the summer to bring players in that will produce a Liverpool team in his likeness. And I think that's going to be fascinating to see.
Yeah, absolutely. Like as you said, there's a number of players in this squad who have improved under him. Like you can look at Mohamed Salah reaching new levels again, the greatest season of his career. But then it's your Ibrahima Konate's, your Ryan Gravenberchs, Alexis McAllister. Like he's a World Cup winner. He was great in his first season, but he's been one of the absolute stars of this year. Cody Gakpo. There's a number of players who clearly really enjoy working under him and have improved. At the turn of that, there are players that we would like to see more of. Harvey Elliott should have played more. Federico Chiesa, as you said. Wataru Endo. But it's very hard to be critical of a manager that has just smashed the opposition. He's got so many wins and results under his belt. Might not be pretty at times. He's got the results and he's got the points on the table to win the Premier League title, so he's had that benefit of the doubt. He said time and time again he isn't a massive fan of rotation. He sees the benefits of keeping the spine the same. But I think all Liverpool supporters will look at it and go, we know how good Harvey Elliott is, for example. And if he'd rotated a little bit more with that midfield, we're taking out Szoboszlai or Gravenberch, McAllister at times, using Elliott more, maybe they'd have gone further in the Champions League, maybe they'd have gone further in the FA Cup. He needs to make better use of that squad. but you give him the benefit of the doubt because of what he's achieved in the Premier League. And now it will be fascinating to see what happens in the summer, as you've said, because is it a case of a few players leave, a few players come in, and you're still using that same 14 or 15? Or is it just a case of you don't fancy what you've got in reserve? They can do a job for you for a year, but you want to get players in your own image. And we can look at this Liverpool side as well and go, I don't know what his centre-forward looks like. I don't know what his right-back necessarily looks like, because Trent is a unique player, and if he leaves, then... well, Conor Bradley's completely different. If they sign someone, they could be completely different. You're not going to get anyone like Trent, but it's going to be a right back maybe who's more in fitting with what he wants. And then with a centre forward, Darwin Núñez, he's been poor pretty much most of the season. He's not had many chances compared to previous years. Jota's not been at his best. Diaz, while he gets the goal today, he's not someone who's getting chance after chance after chance. Is this what you want? Do you want that Firmino false nine who's more about creating chances for other players? But then you've got the number 10 there, so that's what their job's supposed to be. They work hard, so it'll be interesting to see what that next step is, and then what it means for some of these players. Like, I'd be very surprised if Anthony Robertson is starting week in, week out for Liverpool next season. You'd expect they'll go and sign a left back. Obviously, there's lots to talk about Trent's future. Konaté's future comes back into that as well, because he's only got a year left on his contract. But let's not write any of these players off just yet. Let them enjoy winning the Premier League title. And if they're part of the club next year, go and get another title. Like, Luis Diaz is the prime example here, isn't it? Like, last year, everyone thought he was going to leave. He was linked with Barcelona for however long. His father had been talking about it. Liverpool go and agree a deal with Newcastle for Anthony Gordon that doesn't go through in the end. But if that goes through, you assume Diaz leaves. He's been linked with Barcelona again, though not as strongly. He's been linked with Saudi Arabia. Núñez has been linked with Saudi Arabia. So there are going to be some of these players that are leaving in the summer. But they've also proven that if they stay put, they're going to be great for this club and they can make that impact. It's just getting that squad, having the final tune into it. Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, just looking at the starting 11 today, interesting that he went with Diaz in a central position. Jota was on the bench again. Darwin Núñez was on the bench. Maybe that is an indication that he does see the importance of having somebody in that central role. And it seems churlish in a sense to make the point. Liverpool are the leading scorers in the Premier League with those 5 goals certainly added to that margin today. But I think if we're being critical of Liverpool at times, they are very wasteful in front of goal, and maybe adding that body in there would make a difference. It's about being clinical, isn't it? It's about being clinical sometimes, Theo. And maybe Liverpool aren't always that.
Well, Leicester last week was the perfect example of that, wasn't it? How many chances did they have? How many times did they hit the woodwork? We saw it against like Brentford and Bournemouth. They were creating chances. And it's only really since the Goodison derby that the chances dried up a little bit. But when the chances dry up, and you need to take the few that fall your way, and that's where Liverpool haven't been at their best the last few weeks. You see them drop points a couple of times. You put a goal scoring centre forward in there, could make the world a difference, but it's got to be the right fit. What Arne Slot wants from his centre forward, we'll see whether the link up play, like I said, bringing it in the wingers, or if it is someone who just is powerful or beats that last man, runs through the lines, just get goals. Like Liverpool's attacking options today, all 3 of them who scored, who started, and they're all in double figures, aren't they? Diaz, Salah, obviously, and Cody Gakpo. But beyond that, while Jota's got a few, it's not really the same. These are the centre forwards that they haven't stepped up. Like Salah's got 33 for the season. Gakpo's now on 17. Diaz is on 16. Gakpo doesn't actually have double figures for the Premier League, but he's on 9. Diaz is 12. Salah's 28. Beyond that, you're looking at Jota 6, Núñez 5, Szoboszlai 5, McAllister 5. They've got goals around the camp, but you need someone else there to bridge the gap. With next year, you've got AFCON as well. Salah is going to be away for a month, and we know he usually drops off a little bit after an AFCON, or he's got Ramadan. They need someone else who can step up and go and get them 20 goals, which Cody Gakpo could end up doing that this season, but it's not enough in the Premier League to only just get double figures. And you do look to that centre-forward position. It is a clear, obvious place for them to improve, the same as left-back is a clear, obvious place for them to improve. Whatever else gets done depends on departures. It depends on if Wataru Endo says, you know what, I've just won the Premier League, but I've not played. I want to go and play elsewhere. I'm not going to beat this. Harvey Elliott, boyhood Liverpool fan, but does he want to go and play more? Chiesa, Núñez, Diaz, you can just go through so many of the players who've got that little question mark in there, so it's what they want to do, and then if there's the interest there, Liverpool get a good fee, go and improve on those positions. It's all about improving that starting 11, improving what's in reserve. This is all turning transfer heavy, which, like I said, they've just won the league and we're already selling half the players. But it is not brutal in the sense of you're writing them off. It's the case of you've won one Premier League title with this group. Now, whatever tweaks you do to it, go and win a second.
Yeah, and just, touching once again on the rotation issue that a lot of people have spoken about. In fairness to Arne Slot, if he doesn't actually feel comfortable or he doesn't trust some of those players that he has in the background, again, he'll be given the opportunity this summer to add players to the squad who maybe he does have that more faith in. Maybe they are players who are better equipped to play the way that he wants to play. So that in itself does give him then that ability to rotate, doesn't it?
Yeah, you'd hope so, but then it's just wait and see. That is the big thing we'll have to wait and see on, and what he'll learn from next year. Because, as we've already said, you give them the benefit on the doubt on the rotation, and it has cost them at times. They have looked tired at times. It certainly cost them in the League Cup final against Newcastle. But it's just wait and see, because if he still comes in next season and goes, I only want to use the same 14, 15, 16 players, you're going to have the same issues again. Now, it's fine doing it in the Eredivisie where you know that most of the opposition aren't up to your standard. You've got Ajax, you've got PSV, you've got Feyenoord. Slot has said that himself. The teams that finish 15th, 16th, 17th, mid-table, they're not going to give them a good game most of the time. They will get those wins. But in the Premier League, everyone gives you a game. And then in England, you've got the extra domestic cup. You've got no winter break. You need more of a squad. And the Champions League as well, we've seen that how it's revamped, it's expanded. There are more games there. You need to make better use of your numbers. I think one big change will be they won't attack the Champions League phase as much, the Champions League phase. It won't be a case of we're going to go and win the first 7 to qualify. It will be more rotation in those games where you're against the lesser sides. Sure, if you play Real Madrid, if you play Inter Milan, whatever, you go for your full strength. But if you're against a Lille again, someone like that, you can make a few more changes. But it's about getting that balance right. And it is something we'll see from Arne Slot. When he started at Liverpool, he wasn't too keen on versatility. He wanted the players to know their set roles, and that's why we've seen Cody Gakpo stick at the left all season long. But as the season's gone along, he's seen more of a benefit for versatility, with Curtis Jones an example of that, Harvey Elliott to a lesser extent. So he is learning as he goes along in English football. So this will be the big thing, what he takes into next year. You've won the Premier League, you've made mistakes, but you've achieved so much as well. He knows he's made a few mistakes along the way, and he's still gone and won the Premier League title. The competition will be stronger next year, so learn from this and go and tackle it differently next year, just in terms of managing that squad a little bit better. Because if he does make better use of the full players at his disposal, if he goes and brings in players that fit his style more, we could be talking about Liverpool in a title race, adding a domestic cup and a prolonged stint in Europe. And that's the next step, isn't it? You've won the Premier League. Liverpool have got that league title again. Now they want to go and win a Champions League as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And the encouraging aspect of that is he's had a fantastic season. Nobody should ever undermine that fantastic season. He's learned so many lessons. He will be given the opportunity to add to his squad over the summer. And I think the signs for Liverpool Football Club right now are massively encouraging. A real party around the city centre, no doubt, tonight. And in the not too distant future, we will, of course, have that opportunity to lift the Premier League title in front of supporters when Crystal Palace come to town in a few weeks. But not only that, Theo, I can't wait to see the scenes and even be involved in it when Liverpool do the open top bus tour that we were obviously denied last time. And that really is going to be some occasion, isn't it?
Yeah, it will. This day is something that so many people have dreamed of for so long, but it's different with that Premier League because you get that moment of, oh, you've won it, but there's no trophy to lift. And then you get the trophy on the last day. That's the second celebration. And then on the bank holiday, I think there'll be the parade. Let everyone come to the city to celebrate. Liverpool celebrate like no one else. The fan base is absolutely magnificent. And they're days to cherish, days to look forward to. And a fan of Drake, I think, says in the comments as well, we've also got Guard of Honour to look forward to. Chelsea, the first one next week. But then when Arsenal come to Anfield in a couple of weeks, they'll have to give Liverpool a Guard of Honour. They have been the absolute cream of the crop this year. I'm getting distracted because Arne Slot's walking across the pitch and there's still fans in like the hospitality boxes chanting his name. But yeah, it's going to be amazing scenes. Like, fans will be out tonight celebrating, enjoying what has been a long time coming. There'll probably be a few sore heads tomorrow, but then you get even more celebrations at the end of May. Bring it on.
And just one final one. It really does make you realise, doesn't it, on a day like today, just how special Liverpool Football Club is. I know on the television coverage before the game, there's no other ground that you go to where all the pundits, all the commentators stop speaking while they have the rendition of "You'll Never Walk Alone." And I've been watching Liverpool all my life, but the hairs on the back of your neck still stand up every time you hear it. And on a day like today, even more so. And it just goes to show just what a special club it is.
Yeah, it is. I had goosebumps just with the coach coming in and all the fans singing and all the pyro there. Never mind when you get inside the stadium and you see the atmosphere inside with "You'll Never Walk Alone." It is a special club with a special fan base that knows how to celebrate, that knows how to win. It's why it's one of the bastions of English football, isn't it? So yeah, enjoy tonight, and hopefully there are many more days like this to come. Like, Jurgen Klopp only winning one Premier League title will always be a little bit harsh, because that Liverpool team was the best so many of us have seen. The 87-88 team was great. Was it 78-79 for the older generation? But Jurgen Klopp's Liverpool between 2018 and 2020 was something truly special. And they won the Champions League, they won the Premier League, but they did deserve more. They just happened to be up against that juggernaut of Pep Guardiola's Manchester City. But as I've said, it's a free-for-all next year. This is a chance for a team to go and put themselves in front of the others. The transfer window will have a big say in it, but then the experience of winning trophies matters too. Like Liverpool, the squad now has that taste. They know what it takes to go to the last day and pull it off. They know what it takes, or they know what it feels like when they don't as well. So they'll be so much stronger going into next season. Man City are going to have to regroup. We'll see what they do. But then Arsenal as well, they're on to watch purely on, if they go on to win the Champions League, they're a completely different animal to what we've seen this season. As we saw with Liverpool in 2019, you win that Champions League, you win that first trophy, it gets you over the line, it gives you that added oomph to go on and challenge for titles. But yeah, Liverpool, when their fan base that they've seen these days so many times before, it's been a long time coming for one like this again though. 35 years in front of the fans. It's a day we're all going to remember for the rest of our lives.
Yeah, well, I think it's high time we let you escape, Theo, and go and get involved in the no doubt massive traffic jams all the way around Liverpool city centre. And we'll leave people with the excellent news from Anfield this afternoon. Liverpool, champions of England for the 20th time.